Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here, our second live broadcast of the day. We had a great one that just finished up as the #1 seed Rhode Island Rams punched their ticket into tomorrow's championship game, but we got an even better matchup coming our way. The #2 seed George Mason Patriots, 22-8 on the season, 10-8 in the 16-2 in the Atlantic 10 Conference. But more importantly, the defending tournament champions take on the #3 seed Richmond Spiders, 26-6 on the year, 15-3 in the A10. The Richmond Spiders, who won this tournament 2 years ago. So this is a battle of the last two tournament champions. It's Darrell Lawrence alongside Lamonte Thomas. Lamont, we've got a really, this has the makings of a good matchup on paper. What are you excited to see today?
You don't need any type of fire up for this, right? You got the two Virginia teams here in Virginia for the A10 semifinal. Last two champions, as you said. It's gonna be all out, all from the tip to the buzzer. We know what Richmond brings. You know that Richmond is fast-paced. You know that all of them can score. I just saw Tammy Reese joke and say, "What would you take from the last time you were in the finals?" She said, "If it's Richmond, don't go zone." She was joking around.
There you go.
But we know they can shoot it, right? With George Mason, they're as tough as they come. Defensively, they're gonna get after it. We know that they're versatile. Definitely got to watch for Miss Walton, 18 points a game. You just never know what you're going to get. I mean, I think the defense is going to set the tone in this game for sure.
So here are the starting lineups, ladies and gentlemen, for the #3 seed Richmond Spiders. Alicia Newell will be one of the three guards on this team. 7.2 points per game, 3 rebounds, got an assist or so in there. But she's a defensive presence that just usually just gets in the way and makes things happen. Then you have Allie Sweeney, one part of the big three, 10.6 points per game. Rachel Ulstrom, all conference, 14.4 points per game. If she's not going, then you got to watch out for Maggie Dugan, the all-conference player of the year, 21.3 points per game. And, of course, Sam Dewey at 5.3 points per game. And, ladies and gentlemen, I just plan on giving the best 40 minutes I can today in this broadcast alongside my guy, Lamonte Thomas. So we're very excited. For George Mason, you got #3, Kennedy Harris. Kennedy, 13.9 points per game. Kennedy had an amazing game yesterday, but she got hurt. Great start. Middle was a little shaky. End was great. Jada Brown, who came out and made some big threes yesterday. Zariah Walton, one of the best players in this conference, one of the best scorers in this conference. She's a person you just don't want to get going, 18 points per game. Lewis Volker, who made the game-winning shot with time expiring to push George Mason in this game, and Hawa Kamara with 3.7 points per game. Who are you excited to see in this matchup today? I'm
excited to see Kennedy Harris, one, because we know from her previous A10 experience with Coach Tillett, right, that she is 100 miles an hour. We just was looking at the last game, and we were looking at the point guard for
Vital.
We're looking at Vital, and it's similar, right? She may be the smallest person on the court, but she plays with the biggest heart. And her pace is going to decide this game today. Her decisions are going to decide this game. Her defense is going to decide this game. So I'm definitely looking forward to Kennedy Harris and her impact on this George Mason lineup. And then on the other side, like you said, Ulstrom and Dugan, right? That combo was just absolutely vicious. And along with their brilliant scoring, they each have 5 assists or more per game, right? So you got to watch out for them getting all the other team involved too.
So we got our referees for the day. Team Smith here, Jeff Smith and Tasha Smith, and then Crystal Apalazen. She's here today. So we got some great referees getting us prepared for this semifinal matchup. Who will punch their ticket to the championship game tomorrow to face the #1 seed Rhode Island Rams? We're going to find out here, Lamont. I'm so excited to see what we get in this contest today.
It doesn't get more fired up than this.
Well, you can feel the anticipation building here. We're just a few minutes away from both teams hitting the floor. Two great coaches in this matchup. Vanessa Blair Lewis, who was able to win a championship last year. She's been coaching for 27 years. She's been successful everywhere she goes. She's turned this George Mason program around.
Yeah, I mean, and you can tell that they have her poised, right? She is no nonsense. She always looks like she's so focused as if she's standing in the game herself.
Yes.
Right? And, you know, George Mason goes as she goes, right? She's going to stay composed, and I'm pretty sure she's going to try to give Richmond all they can handle.
Well, we're going to see if they can make that happen. Coach Russell on the other side. You know, yesterday they were up by 20, and he's still coaching like they're down by 12. And it's just a different vibe when it comes to Coach Russell. He wants an opportunity to send this team into another championship opportunity and make up for last year. That buzzer beater with St. Joe's just tore the heart out of this place. But we got a big crowd today for this one, Lamonte. It's going to be loud and proud in there.
Oh yeah, and like you said, Coach Russell's out. He's out for blood, right? They got sent home last year when they least expected it. He knows their team is about just as good as any other team in this conference. And like you said, it never stops for him. Mentality. When we first interviewed him, when we first got here to Richmond, he said, I'm here to win. And he's done nothing but that.
Nothing but that. So here we go. Two of the best coaches in the A-10 facing off. Richmond, George Mason, the Battle of Virginia. And that one gets tipped out of bounds. Only a couple seconds ran off the clock there, as we'll see Walton take the ball out here with Miss Kennedy Harris. Such an impressive performance at the beginning of yesterday. She was on fire. And then when she cooled off, they cooled off. And we saw a Dayton team that had them on the brink. They had a 10-point lead with just a few minutes ago.
Oh, and there's a shot already.
Harris trying to get it going, but a rebound by Dugan. Now working is Sweeney, and Harris knocks the ball away a little bit from Sweeney over to Newell. To Dugan. Dugan working against Volker, the hero from yesterday's game. Newell for three, and he rattles out. Volker with the rebound.
So far, Richmond getting a good look at three. If you're George Mason, you're going to have to keep an eye on that all day.
And now Walton with possession for the Patriots over to Kennedy. Harris will hand it off to Brown. Jada Brown who pulls up for the jumper. That one won't go. Walton with the rebound. Little shimmy there off the front of the rim. Rebound by Sweeney, and she falls trying to keep control of the basketball.
Yeah, she popped up out of nowhere and was at the right place at the right time. Followed that ball, and that was a good rebound, because other than that, it looked like it could have been offensive for Mason.
Now, both matchups of these two teams, they split the series, both winning the home games. Ugly games, just ugly basketball. And it was, but, you know, both home teams were able to prevail late, push away late. They were close at halftime, and they pushed away late. And the question is, can both teams get out of that funk today, or will we get a third round of that?
Yeah. As we know, these tournament games, the cleaner team usually has the advantage. So they're both going to have to watch turnovers and definitely execute as best as possible.
And Maggie Dugan just starts to get the party started. 2 points for the Atlantic 10 Player of the Year.
Dugan is as Dugan does.
Walton will hand it off to Harris for three. Doesn't get it. Now Dugan has possession and moving up the floor for Richmond. Sweeney being guarded by Walton. Sweeney trying to make her way all the way. Oh, that one just a little too high, but she's able to get her own rebound. Over to Newell. To Dugan at the top. To Olstrom for three. Olstrom's three is nowhere to be found. It doesn't go on the bottom. Out on Newell. George Mason basketball.
Yeah, it looks like Dugan took a shot to the face. I think it was on that last rebound, but she's feeling herself out now. And already some physicality going on in this game.
Yeah, I don't expect anything less from these two teams, especially the way they played those first two games. And they know what's on the line here. Walton driving to the basket high off the glass, gets her rebound, puts it in. So the two best scorers get on the board first.
All right, comes right back to her. Zahira Walton, I like the way she takes her time, Darrell. She knows that she can score. She just has to make the right move, and she's so poised with the basketball.
And Sweeney goes towards the A-10 logo, swings it over to Dewey, who gets stopped by Volker, and a diving Walton battling with Olstrom, and everybody's flying around here trying to get the basketball. And this is going to stay with Richmond. 2-2 early, man. I mean, you can kind of feel it's a light tension. It's not full tension yet. It's like a light tension, but you can feel it in this one.
Stars on both sides. Coaches are into it so far.
Oh, man, the power dribble there by Dewey doesn't go her way. Blocked by Volker. Now here comes Alicia Newell. Yeah, Newell had a rough day yesterday. No points. I think she may have only scored like 2 points in the game, but she just couldn't get going yesterday. They're going to need her today.
Oh, yeah, she's in attack mode.
And Harris knocks Sweeney to the ground, kind of holding her knee a little bit, but I think she's going to be okay.
I think they got Sweeney on the bump there.
Oh, she's limping. Seems to be okay. She's going to try to fight through it, and I can kind of see a little bit on her face where she's fighting through it, though. Walden, the baseline jumper, doesn't go. Newell fighting with Brown.
Great defense by Ostrom there. This is a good matchup, Walton versus Ostrom.
Harris, jumper, knocks it down. One of the cleanest jumpers in all of the Atlantic 10, I would dare say the country.
Yeah, so pure.
Newell will now take it. Being guarded by Harris. Newell, who's from Maryland, has done an amazing job for Richmond this year. Hands off to Sweeney. Straight to the basket for Allie Sweeney. And it's a 6-4 game.
Man, her confidence has grown. We've seen her before, and you can see like she's so comfortable with the basketball now. Goes straight into the layup there.
And Richmond's done a really good job of finding point guards as Walden's one-leg fadeaway there, trying to get something. Gets her own rebound amongst 3 Spiders and puts it in for 2.
It's the second time the ball has bounced her way, Darrell, and 4 points straight out of the gate from it.
6-6. And it's tight early in this one. Newell trying to figure some things out. Will hand it off to Sweeney. And now Sweeney takes a couple dribbles, trying to point out some direction. Working against Brown all the way, and Sweeney can't get the first one. Try to volleyball it to Ostrom, but that's not enough. Here comes Kennedy Harris.
The bump was enough to knock Sweeney off, but she couldn't finish off of that.
Lewis Volker swing it over to Walden. Walden had a really rough go at it against Richmond the first game. Looking to do the opposite in this one. That misses off the front of the rim. Rebound by Dugan.
Nice spin move by Dugan coming up.
Dugan to Newell. Now Newell driving. And at the last second, decided not to take it. Dugan for 3. Doesn't get it to go. Newell gets the rebound. Couldn't get the layup to go. Rebound by Volker.
Richmond can't get it to go so far. 3 good looks from 3. And it looks like right now they're 0 for 3. But like I said, Mason better watch out because we already know what it looks like when Richmond gets hot.
Yeah, both teams are kind of both teams shooting 27% so far in this one. And now Jada Brown's 3 attempt rolls out, and here comes Dugan.
It was if somebody went in the basket and knocked that ball out of the out of the net, Darrell.
And it was like, we don't want you to have it. And now Newell will decide to take it all the way herself, and it's short. This is going fast and furious, and nothing's coming out of it, it seems.
Newell's speed was too good for her own good. She had a step and a half and +1 and still couldn't get it to go. I think she was going too fast.
Yeah, it was crazy quick. The Spiders right now 0 for 4 in the last 4, 2 for 10 out of their last 10 from the field. Both teams shooting 25%. Both teams 3 for 12 so far. Nobody's hitting any threes. Both teams total rebounds of 9. Both defensive 5. Both offensive 5. Second chance points have all went to Mason. They've got 6-2. Points in the paint going to Richmond 6-4. It's oddly interesting that it's so even at the top of that.
This looks like the first round of 2 methodic boxers, right? In the first round, you know how like you always see you're so pumped up because you know both of them are good, and they come out and they both just throw little jabs, right? Because they're trying to fill the other side out. That's
exactly what it feels like. But we're going to see. We're going to take a quick commercial break here. We are at our media timeout. The score 6-6, Mason and Richmond. Legendary Culture Films has a brand new movie out, Boys in the Woods. When the walls seem like they are closing in and it keeps getting worse, a father is on the run from a local police while dealing with a territorial beef with a rival gang. And against all the odds, his children were kidnapped and held for ransom in the streets of Amelia and Richmond, Virginia. Boys in the Woods, coming to Tubi soon. Be on the lookout from the latest great project from Legendary Culture Films. Legendary Culture Films and Born Legend Entertainment would like to let you know about a few projects they have going on at the current time. Legendary Culture Films currently has 2 movies out on Tubi. The first one, Black Sheep. It's about a young hustler trying to make a transition from the streets, becomes an outcast and the target, and it turns into war in the city. Black Sheep, currently out on Tubi right now. Also, the movie Legend Has It. It's about a young warlock who seeks revenge on his mother's killers, an action-packed thriller that will have you out of your seats. Legend Has It, currently on Tubi right now, so make sure you go check them out. And from Born Legend Entertainment, the man chosen himself with his brand new hit single, Throw That, which is currently out on all major platforms and on heavy rotation on 106.5 The Beat in Richmond, Virginia. So make sure you check out all the great content coming from Legendary Culture Films and Born Legend Entertainment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. 6-6 Lamont. They're still trying to feel themselves out, it looks like, in this one. And we'll figure out if somebody can get going offensively.
Yeah, both teams don't really want to make too many mistakes. No turnovers yet, right? So they're really filling each other out. Now,
Mary Lamonte is in the game. Lamonte has been amazing for George Mason this year. One of the best defensive players, and in her rookie year, making the all-conference team on the defensive side is very, very impressive. And guess where she's from? Bishop Macklemore, another a great player from that school. We had one in the last game.
Harris.
Yeah. So
Vanessa Harris was.
I'm assuming former teammates because I think Harris is a sophomore.
Okay.
So and she's a freshman, so they've played together.
Yeah, they breed them over there.
It's crazy. 6-6.
Tierra Simon in the game for Richmond.
Ostrom 3 got it. And that's what they need. They've got to find a way, if you're Richmond, to get that rhythm going again and be the Richmond team that they always are. But it's going to be a tough task against this Mason team.
The versatility by Ostrom. She plays such good defense, and just when you think that that's what she's all about, she's knocking down a 3.
There's a give off to Motang. Motang driving with the left, blocked by Ostrom. I don't know what she said to her just now, but little trash talk there from Ostrom on the block. And these teams know each other well. And I think that's why it's so hard watching them just slug it out.
I think she just reminded Montang that she's pretty long herself.
So Montang will take it out of bounds. 3-point lead for Richmond. There's a give to Harris, and Harris had to fight her way for that basket.
It's crazy because she wanted to put it in off of the jump, Darrell, but then she regained her composure and still put it against the glass somehow with all those spiders in there.
I don't know how she did it. Dugan will hand it off to Rain Wright. Over to Tierra Simon, who's been harassed by Kennedy Harris in the corner. And now MJ Johnson, the former Texas A&M star, in the game for George Mason. Rebound for Simon. And now Dugan working against Walton. Can't get it to go. Simon falls on her back, and she may have hit her head trying to get that rebound.
Yeah, I think a Mason player's foot caught her head going to the ground and looked ugly, but Simon is up.
MJ Johnson will come back out of the game for Volker, yesterday's hero. Now we're back here with a 9-8 game. Richmond up by 1 over Mason. Lamonte in between the legs, trying to work against Sweeney. Kicks it out to Walden. Two of the best players in the conference going face-to-face with Walden and Dugan. Kamara had a taste of the rebound but couldn't bring it in.
What a move that was by Walton. She had froze Dugan for a little bit, but Dugan recovered and make sure she couldn't finish that one good.
Walden, one of the captains of this George Mason team, along with Kennedy Harris and Paige Greenberg. Just you can see by their leadership on how important they are to their team.
Yeah.
Simon Being guarded by Volker. Tries to take it inside. Decides to hand it off to Anisha Scott, who's now in the game, who has emerged late in this season for Richmond. Didn't get a lot of playing time at the beginning of the season, but now she's been flourishing the last couple of games. Simon tried to just get it up there some way, somehow.
Coach Blair pleased by her George Mason team's defense on that possession.
Lamonte travel. She's not pleased with herself on that one.
Yeah, beautiful move. You got to put the ball on the ground for that one.
Yeah, you got to. I want to give a quick shout out to the Mason coaching staff, like shirts. They look so, I was walking past earlier and they have these yellow polos with the gray collar with the Mason logo on there, and they are so clean. Yeah. Oh, man.
Business trip for sure.
Yes. Scott will give it over to Olstrom, to Newell, and now Newell trying to work against Volker. Sam Dewey trying to get position with Harris down there, but couldn't get anything out of it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Olstrom working against Kamara, over to Dugan. There it is, the battle of the two greats with Dugan and Walden. Over to Olstrom, back to Dugan for three, and it's going to get off the back of the rim. Dewey had a chance at it, and I think that might be over the back.
Yeah. Tell you what, that was pretty good positioning there by Harris under the basket, because I thought she was finished when she was jocking with Dewey there.
Exactly.
But she held her own.
She did. Mason hasn't scored in the last 2 minutes and 9 seconds. The Spiders haven't scored in the last 2 minutes and 33 seconds. Richmond's 1 for 8 in their last 8 shots.
Defensive struggle. Both got 6 points in the paint as well.
Dugan almost lost it, but able to get it back. Shot clock sitting at 13. Sam Dewey takes a couple dribbles, looks inside. They're trying to get Dugan established, and she hasn't been able to get it going so far. Rebound, Jada Brown.
Beautiful pass by Dewey, but George Mason is stifling on defense.
9-8. Now Harris, step back. Oh, I thought it was going to be good.
That release seemed like it was beautiful and took forever to come down.
Everything she does looks as smooth as baby butter. I'm just going to be honest with you. Every shot looks like it's going to go in. Scott trying to take the pick from Dugan. Anisha Scott. Minneapolis and Minnesota in the building.
I think Jada Brown knew. As soon as she went underneath that screen, she knew that she made a mistake.
Then she heard you talking about it, too.
Yeah, I think so. I better shut up.
Volker. She's like, who said my name? Over to Walton for three. Off the back of the rim, rebound Dugan. 15 seconds left. Now Dugan and the Spiders have a chance to play for the last shot here, up by 4. Dugan, 3, off the front of the rim. Brown with the rebound, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Jada Brown.
Big possession.
And can't get it to go. But that, ladies and gentlemen, will send us to the end of the first quarter with the score: Richmond 12, George Mason 8. Lamont, your initial thoughts of what you've seen so far in this first quarter?
Oh, we knew it was going to be a defensive slugfest. It looks like Richmond got the better of George Mason in that last couple minutes. Like you said, scoring drought 3 minutes and 30 seconds of that first quarter. Mason was not able to get a bucket. So advantage Richmond, right, going forward. They've both been struggling from the field, but it looks like Richmond has a little leg up right now.
Yeah, and it's rough to see these two teams that can score the basketball well. 26% for Richmond. 5 for 19 from the field, 25% from 3. Richmond's one of the top 5 three-point shooting teams in the nation. So that's a pat on your back of your George Mason holding them down. Now flip that. George Mason is 0 for 2 from three-point land. They haven't been able to get. They're 4 for 18, 22% from the field. They're even in a lot of the other categories, but that shooting right now, it's rough for both teams.
Yeah, I think we're going to look at 2 categories that haven't jumped off on the stat sheet just yet, right? We talked about trying to play a clean game. Turnover so far, only 3 in the whole game, right? Mason has 2, Richmond has 1. And then nobody's been to the free throw line yet.
Yep.
Right? So I think those are 2 of the categories that's going to matter going down this game, because we know that in such a tough fight, those little things are what may turn into an advantage here.
Well, we're going to see what happens. We'll be back here in just a second on the Legacy Maker Sports Network. The Spiders are up 12-8. Perfect Mix, the 100% natural, handcrafted, fruit blended premium lemonades. If you want the perfect lemonade, Perfect Mix is just right for you. Follow us on our Instagram and Facebook pages. Instagram at Perfect Mix, on Facebook at Perfect Mix. You can go and get your orders right now. Just reach out to us via our social media pages. Shipping and delivery are available.
I just need one more to get through today.
In 2023, nearly 80,000 Americans died from opioid overdoses. About 3 out of 4 overdose deaths.
I'll send you that new character skin if I lose this one.
For youths aged 12 to 17, esports significantly increases participating in gambling activities.
Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002, or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Second quarter underway. The Spiders up by 4 over a very tough George Mason team. Blocked by Alicia Newell as Harris tried to go up for the shot. Jada Brown put some respect on her name. Absolutely. With the jumper. She heard, oh yeah, she's mad at you.
Yeah, I done started her up.
Jada Brown knocks down the jumper, 12-10.
Yeah, she ain't playing around.
Newell will bring it up the floor for the Spiders in a 2-point lead. A trip to the championship game is on the line. Newell over to Sweeney. Takes a couple dribbles, gives it to Dugan near the elbow. Trying to work against Kamara. Oh, that was a good thought, but Harris was there to get the steal.
She was looking for the back door. Brown for 3.
And the lead, no, off the left side of the rim, rebound Dugan. How many rebounds does Dugan have right now? Because I feel like
5, I think.
Yeah, she's rebounding the ball at a very extreme rate. 6 rebounds so far. Sweeney, both teams still trying to find their way when it comes to shooting the basketball. It's a hard thing to see right now because you can kind of see they're both trying to figure it out.
Yeah, Walton is 2 for 9, and we've seen how efficient she can be. Dugan is 1 for 7. So
yes,
this is something that's probably not going to hold up, but so far it's uncharacteristic.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams, like I said before, know each other well. Lamonte at the top. We'll give it over to Kamara. Back to Lamonte. Lamonte trying to go through. Oh, with the right hand. Oh, my goodness. This game's tied at 12.
Many players we've seen from France in this tournament, that was the most European thing I've seen all day.
Yes, and there's a lot of people from France in this tournament. Dugan trying to work against Kamara. The height of MJ Johnson and Kamara against Dugan. Now Dewey will bring it back towards the top. Swing it to Pachetti. Thought about the 3. That's going to be it. Oh, and an offensive foul called against Richmond.
Yeah, that one's kind of shocked a few people. But
yeah, I was trying to see exactly what happened there.
I'm still tripping off that Euro step from Lamonte. That thing went to Spain to Portugal and back to Italy.
Just all around.
Oh, man, it was so pretty.
It's like, where you going next? Belgium? All right, cool. Just taking a trip around Europe. 12-12. Motang at the top, working against Sweeney. Look at, Rain Wright just got pushed. I was wondering, and we're sitting right here in front of it, and the ref didn't call that. I would have called transsham mockery because she pushed her straight into her teammate. And Wright, and this is what I like about Rain Wright. Former, Metro Player of the Year last year in this area, a state champion for Manchester. She's so long and so lanky, and she's such a problem on defense, and that's why the freshman has gotten so much time for the Spiders.
Yes, she is, and she used her hands straight to push her into the screen. They're going to call that one every time.
And her dad is a former ODU great, the standout down there, Rashid Wright. He's been the head coach over at Manchester for the last there's going to be a shot clock violation. He's been the head coach over at Manchester for the last couple of years. They're actually playing, I believe, in the state championship. It's either today. I think they're playing in the state championship today. So it's a tough day for Dad. He's usually here.
For sure.
And so if he's not here, that's the reason why.
Yeah, and Wright was so surprised to find herself wide open on that last possession. She almost traveled with it before she took that three.
Walden trying to find a way to give Mason the lead. And
she's crafty.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man, she's crafty.
Good effort, and for the first time of this game, George Mason has the lead.
Yeah. Walton around that basket is as if she spends the night underneath it. She's so comfortable.
There's a drive by Wright, and she almost found a way there. That's going to send Rain Wright to the free throw line. And that's what I like about this Richmond team. They're going to lose some big pieces next year with Olstrom and Dugan and Simon. They're going to lose some really big pieces. They're going to lose Dewey as well. But they've got some young pieces in Prochetti and Wright. And they still have Alicia Newell will be there. Sweeney's still going to be there. So there's still going to be a team to reckon with. It'll be interesting to see where they're going to get that scoring production that they got from Olstrom and Dugan.
Yeah, and I mean, it might be time to switch it to guard play, right? Because, like I said, the growth of Sweeney has been amazing. I mean, she looks like she's been leading this Richmond team for years.
And Wright missed both free throws. It's a tough one right there for Richmond. You got to get in this game. You got to take every opportunity.
That's what we were talking about: turnovers and free throws.
And there's Wright once again, just being active defensively and just causing problems for George Mason.
It's like Kamara checks back in the game for Harris for George Mason.
Look how tall the Mason team is.
Yes.
I mean, just Walden, Kamara, and Johnson. I mean, it's just a lot of height going on there.
A lot.
Between those three ladies that, Kamara 6'2".
Oh, man. Johnson puts a move on Dewey. Woo. What a post move. The pivot. Oh, man. Drop step. It was beautiful. Left hand off the glass.
Yep, Johnson's 6'3". And then, Walden's a tall 5'11".
What a crossover by Sweeney. Finds Dewey in the corner.
4-point lead, and Richmond is in a little trouble right now because Mason has found a way to get things going, and they have a solid lead so far.
And Mason was being stifled on defense. They went from 8 to 16 now. Finding their rhythm here.
And so the 8-0 run by Mason is coming at the right time.
Somebody here just told Johnson, hey, watch for that back door. It's there.
Walden will hand it over to Brown, back to Walden.
Richmond switches into a zone here from man to man.
Johnson working against Simon. That's just great defense by Simon. And gave Johnson every bit of problem that she could handle on that one.
I love this Coach Blair versus Coach Russell battle. Both of them came out playing the same 1-4 defense, 1-4 offense, just a variation, right? Man to man. And now Coach Russell wants to see, I haven't seen much jump shots from George Mason, so guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go zone, see how they handle that.
It's a good strategy there by Coach Russell. Two masters of their craft going at it. It's not just about the players on the floor. It's also about the great minds that are leading the way. And Coach Blair is all in the referee's ear, not thrilled. Right with a
What a
great pass to
pass.
Dugan.
Oh.
Oh, rare miss by Maggie Dugan under the basket. Here comes Harris. Lamonte for three. Off the left side, and a great one-handed rebound by Simon, and finds Sweeney falling to the ground.
That was a grown woman rebound right there.
Yes,
she had
it was.
Mason all over her.
16-12. Sweeney driving to the basket. Ooh,
She's
man.
smooth.
So, update on the Manchester. Manchester boys lost last night to Westfield.
Oh, man.
Westfield Classic, when they will play Lansdowne on Thursday for the Ship.
Oh, man.
So right now, a tight game, 16-14. Mason up here in the second quarter. Walden's jumper no good, and a rebound by Rain Wright. And Kamara knew right away, yeah, that was me. she couldn't even deny that was me.
Yeah, Walton forced that jumper there. Looks like now it's Richmond's trying to get back to establishing that dominant defense they had in the first quarter versus Mason.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take our media timeout at the moment, and we'll be back in just a second. We'll try to give you the best 3 minutes of commercial in just a second. Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional ready to guide you on your financial journey. Her expertise lies in helping clients create a robust and enduring financial foundation to build on into the future. So you can reach out to Rita Stewart by phone at 804-677-7555, on Instagram at Money Matters and T, on the World Wide Web at legacyfinancialwellness.com, on Facebook at Legacy Financial Wellness, or at her personal email at rita.stewart@5ringsfinancial.com. Legendary Culture Films has a brand new movie out, Boys in the Woods. When the walls seem like they are closing in and it keeps getting worse, a father is on the run from a local police while dealing with a territorial beef with a rival gang. And against all the odds, his children were kidnapped and held for ransom in the streets of Amelia and Richmond, Virginia. Boys in the Woods, coming to Tubi soon. Be on the lookout from the latest great project from Legendary Culture Films. Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002, or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com. Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495-51. All right, ladies and gentlemen, back second quarter. Right in the midst of things right now, trying to still see how things will go here in this second half of the second quarter. It's a 2-point lead for George Mason.
Still pretty tight game. Waiting for see which teams get it going offensively.
Well, Dugan is 1 for 6 in her last, in her last little bit. So she's 1 for 9 on the day, and that's That's something that you got to change right there. And they're trying to get her going. It's not that they haven't, tried to get her going, and she just wasn't able to make it happen.
Yeah, both Walton and Dugan kind of struggling. And Lamonte just picked up that foul there against Sweeney.
Yeah, this, like I said, it's so similar to those other games that they played. Watching these two kind of go at it, now they fight for the right to see who will take on Rhode Island tomorrow in the championship game. 16-14. Richmond with the basketball. Sweeney bringing it up the floor. Hands it off the right. Over to Dugan, then to Simon. On the inside. Oh, and tried to get it to Ostrom, but a great diving effort by Kennedy Harris.
Such a good matchup, Ostrom and Harris.
And Walden trying to figure it out. Motang's over here sitting by us. Open. And we've got a foul. And that one's going to be on Tiara Simon. That's her second foul. And they're going to really bring Dewey in. You're going to need that veteran leadership, throughout this game. You can't let her get in too much foul trouble. Right now, Simon's the only Spider with 2 fouls. There's no Mason player with 2 fouls. Walden, Harris, and Motang, and Johnson all have 1. And now Harris with possession. Trying to drive. Oh, man, I was about to say another tough shot by Harris, and then she could have knocked that down. Ooh. Oh, looking right. Crossed her own self up.
Definitely caught Harris leaning.
Right over to Sweeney. Looking at this game, it feels like the winner of this game, you got to win this one. I think that your chances of getting in the tournament are based on you getting in that championship game. I feel like Rhode Island's getting in one way or the other. Invoker with a block. And it's like whoever wins this game is more likely going to be that second representative out of the A-10 as Walden drives to the basket and gets the 2.
Squeeze their way in there after a beautiful block on the other end by Mason.
Dugan trying to cross up. Walden driving to the basket and it's blocked by Volker. And an offensive foul.
I thought they were going to maybe say travel, but they're trying to say she initiated contact.
So Pachetti will now come back into the game, and this one is for Dugan. So this will be interesting with Dewey, Ostrom, Sweeney, Wright, and Pachetti on the floor. You can see a little bit of the frustration on Coach Russell's face as he's trying to figure out what's going on with his team right now. I mean, they're only down by 4, but it's still got to be frustrating, Lamont.
Yeah, and you could tell this isn't the lineup he usually go to, but circumstantially, it looks like they kind of had to go to the smaller lineup here. And first George Mason, that's not comforting.
Here's Harris driving, floating, and that may have been some contact on there that Ostrom got away with. And now Wright flying up the floor. It's a big guard, man. Over to Sweeney. Oh, and Harris caught it. Oh, she's able to somehow tiptoe, pushes Ostrom and gets the points. She somehow, Lamont, tiptoed along the sideline and made sure she didn't run into the scorer's table.
Pure athleticism. And right in front of Coach Russell, he's calling timeout right now, screaming.
Oh, he is calling timeout. Nobody. And Coach Russell is heated. He is screaming. He was jumping on the floor trying to get the timeout call.
Yeah, Darrell, if he had a Fitbit on, it probably would have exploded. Yeah. He was jumping up and down for 10 seconds trying to get timeout.
The Fitbit was like, "Are you doing jumping jacks at the current time, sir?" Yes, that is what I'm trying to do to get something going. So right now for the Spiders, down by 6 to Mason. Mason kind of figuring it out. It's a 12-2 advantage in this quarter. Richmond has 3 turnovers in the last 2 minutes and 44 seconds. That's a turnover per minute. And then on top of that, the scoring drought of almost 3. And this is uncharacteristic for a Richmond basketball team.
And it follows a scoring drought that Mason themselves had of 2 minutes and 20 seconds before. So you can just see the back and forth blows by each team.
So yeah, it's going to be coaching adjustments going into halftime. I feel like it's going to be huge. It's still got a couple minutes away, but I feel like it's going to be very massive for Richmond to try to figure out what they got going on here offensively. you can see everybody trying to. I see Ostrom barking out some instructions with Pachetti, trying to get everything in the right place. So Mason is trying to get loud, and I love how you can see fans on both sides getting pumped up. The Richmond fans were trying to get things going, and the Mason fans heard the Richmond fans like, hey, I can do a little bit better than what you got going on.
Battle of Virginia here.
Love it. You got Central Virginia versus Nova. Ostrom for 3, got it.
Right under the timeout, that's what they need, Darrell.
2017. So Mason, Lamonte will kind of, nice crossover move by Lamonte. Step back. Oh, she couldn't get it to go off the left side. Volker with a big offensive rebound back to Lamonte, and she'll clear things up.
Lamonte so smooth with the handle.
Paige Greenberg now in the game for Mason, and we've got a foul.
That one's going to go on Rain Wright. She was in the right place. She just caught the bump, and she got there, I think, faster than either one of them thought.
So Jada Brown will come in for Volker. On the floor right now for Richmond is still Sweeney, Ostrom, Dugan, Perchetti, and Wright. Now Walden will head to the free throw line. Walden's shooting 4 for 13 so far in this one. 4 rebounds, the first time going to the free throw line. Walden is a 79.1% free throw shooter. And she knocks down the first.
Yeah, as her and Dugan narrate this struggle of the stars, we're going to see how important teamwork is for both of these squads here.
Yeah, and like I said, I've talked about it multiple times, but it's just mirroring the first 2 matchups almost to the T, where the Stars are still trying to figure things out. I mean, the one time that Dugan did not get double-figure scoring this year was in that game. Man, she only scored 7. Other than that, she was on like a 22-game streak before that happened. Now Sweeney.
She had Perchetta under the basket for a second.
Trying to work something here. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Ostrom for 3. And Wright had to tip that away. They're going to say
out of bounds on Wright.
Yep.
This is a big possession for George Mason. They're up 5 points, 1 minute left in the half. And if they can stretch this to a 7 or 8 lead, Darrell, this will be the first time we see a team, I guess, so to speak, on the ropes, right? Because it's been dead even.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing about it is the way these two play, especially the 2 matches I've seen, 7 points feels like a super large lead, even with 2 teams that can score the basketball. Well, it's knocked away by Wright. Knocked away from Wright. Moteng had an opportunity, and now there's a scramble as Ostrom will get the basketball on the rebound.
Oh, man, that was tough. Steal by Wright, and then she turned it right back over.
See the great defensive effort. And there she goes. Maggie Dugan for 2 points along the baseline. And it's 22-19.
Beautiful left-hand finish. And shout out to Sweeney for taking that shot at the end on that defensive possession.
3-point lead. Mason is up. Harris working against Wright. And Harris has a tough task there because Wright is just all over her.
Manchester defense is serious.
Oh, that was a nice move. Moteng open. Oh, good job by Richmond closing in. Step back. Harris got it. Oh, wow.
I think after a step back, she's just ready to release no matter what.
Kennedy Harris. And like we said before, every time Kennedy Harris puts up a shot, it just feels like it's going in, no matter the situation. And a big way to end the first half with a buzzer beater.
Yeah, rotation was flawless. She's comfortable when she steps back, too. She knows if she has a little bit of space, she's not worried about the defense anymore.
So, Lamont, watching this so far, just going over some of the statistics here. Mason shooting 32%, not the best, but it's getting better. Richmond shooting 29%. Richmond, who's a great three-point shooting team, 3 for 12. They have not been able to get it going from there. Turnovers 8-5. Rebounds are even at 22-21. Defense is pretty much even on the defensive rebounds. Second chance points. Second chance points is the killer right now for Richmond. 14-2 in second chance points.
Yeah, it looks like that's one of the biggest differences we can see on the stat sheet. And Mason, I think they're getting the best out of these possessions because of that, right? Mm-hmm. Because one and dones, right, makes for less possessions, right? So Mason's doing their thing, and as both teams have struck each other defensively, it looks like they have a better chance right now at maximizing these possessions.
Really interested they can find a way to kind of get hot, and I said it a little while ago, how important is it going to be for, this team to kind of like, Coach Russell to kind of get them readjusted at the half. I mean, it felt like a feeling out process the entire time, So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Real quick on the stats for Richmond, Newell had 2 points. Sweeney had 4. Olstrom with 6. 4 for Dugan, 3 for Scott. For Mason, Walden has 10. Harris has 8. Lamonte with 2. Brown has 2. And Johnson has 2. What do you want to see in the second half from both teams?
Well, I think it's almost a foregone conclusion that Richmond's not going to be a slump shooting team forever, right? So if I'm Mason, I would expect that they're going to come out and they're going to hit some shots in the second half, right? So when you're Mason and Coach Blair, you have to decide what are you going to do when it's time to counter, because Richmond is going to go on a run. It's going to happen, right? And how are you going to handle that?
Yeah, so we're going to see what goes down here in the second half. Mason has a 5-point advantage, 24-19 over the Spiders. It's going to be a very interesting second half when we get back. Once again, everybody, Darrell Owens, Lamont Thomas, Legacy Maker Sports Network. Today's broadcast is being brought to you by Crossroads Community Services Board. Is one of 39 Virginia community services boards. Crossroads offers community resources for mental health, developmental disability services, substance use disorder counseling, drug prevention programs, family therapists, and much more. Crossroads services the counties of Amelia, Buckingham, Charlotte, Cumberland, Lunenburg, Nottoway, and Prince Edward counties in Virginia. If you would like to reach out to the administrative services, you can reach them by mail at 60 Bush River Drive, Farmville, Virginia, 23901, or by phone at 434-392-3187. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, their national line is 866-307-0370. Any emergency services 24/7 is 800-548-1688. And if you need to reach out to the National Suicide Crisis Line, just dial pound 988. Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional ready to guide you on your financial journey. Her expertise lies in helping clients create a robust and enduring financial foundation to build on into the future. So you can reach out to Rita Stewart by phone at 804-677-7555, on Instagram at Money Matters NT, on the World Wide Web at LegacyFinancialWellness.com, on Facebook at Legacy Financial Wellness, or at her personal email at rita.stewart@5ringsfinancial.com. Legendary Culture Films, one of the hottest and upcoming movie production companies, would like to let you know about a couple movies that they have out currently, and one of them on the way. First, the movie Black Sheep, currently airing on Tubi, is about a young hustler trying to make the transition from the streets, becomes an outcast and the target, and it turns into war in the city. It is a great movie. If you want to catch it, it's on Tubi right now. Another great movie that's coming to Tubi soon, Legend Has It. It's about a young warlock seeking revenge on his mother's killers, an action-packed thriller that will have you out of your seats. Legend Has It is coming soon from Legendary Culture Films. And a new movie in development, Boys in the Woods. That should be a very interesting one coming from Legendary Culture Films. Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495-5111. Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002, or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com. Last but not least, Perfect Mix, the 100% natural, handcrafted, fruit blended premium lemonades. If you want the perfect lemonade, Perfect Mix is just right for you. Follow us on our Instagram and Facebook pages. Instagram at Perfect Mix, on Facebook at Perfect Mix. You can go and get your orders right now. Just reach out to us via our social media pages. Shipping and delivery are available. Hey, and you're probably wondering, where do I find the Legacy Maker Sports Network? Well, first of all, you can head over to our website at www.legacymakersports.com to check out all the latest in the sports world. Also, if you want to check us out on our social media pages, you can reach us on Facebook and in LinkedIn at Legacy Maker Sports Network. You can reach us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Legacy Maker Sports. And then you can reach us on Twitter, aka X, at Legacy Maker SPN. Make sure you give us a like, a share, and why don't you go ahead and subscribe to our channels. Once again, we thank you all for tuning in to the Legacy Maker Sports Network.
I just need one more to get through today.
In 2023, nearly 80,000 Americans died from opioid overdoses. About 3 out of 4 overdose deaths.
I'll send you that new character skin if I lose this one.
For youths aged 12 to 17, esports significantly increases participating in gambling activities.
Legendary Culture Films has a brand new movie out, Boys in the Woods. When the walls seem like they are closing in and it keeps getting worse, a father is on the run from a local police while dealing with a territorial beef with a rival gang. And against all the odds, his children were kidnapped and held for ransom in the streets of Amelia and Richmond, Virginia. Boys in the Woods, coming to Tubi soon. Be on the lookout from the latest great project from Legendary Culture Films. Today's broadcast is being brought to you by Crossroads Community Services Board. Is one of 39 Virginia community services boards. Crossroads offers community resources for mental health, developmental disability services, substance use disorder counseling, drug prevention programs, family therapists, and much more. Crossroads services the counties of Amelia, Buckingham, Charlotte, Cumberland, Lunenburg, Nottoway, and Prince Edward counties in Virginia. If you would like to reach out to the administrative services, you can reach them by mail at 60 Bush River Drive, Farmville, Virginia, 23901, or by phone at 434-392-3187. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, their national line is 866-307-0370. Any emergency services 24/7 is 800-548-1688. And if you need to reach out to the National Suicide Crisis Line, just dial pound 988. Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional ready to guide you on your financial journey. Her expertise lies in helping clients create a robust and enduring financial foundation to build on into the future. So you can reach out to Rita Stewart by phone at 804-677-7555, on Instagram at Money Matters and T, on the World Wide Web at legacyfinancialwellness.com, on Facebook at Legacy Financial Wellness, or at her personal email at rita.stewart@5ringsfinancial.com. Legendary Culture Films, one of the hottest and upcoming movie production companies, would like to let you know about a couple movies that they have out currently, and one of them on the way. First, the movie Black Sheep, currently airing on Tubi, is about a young hustler trying to make the transition from the streets, becomes an outcast and the target, and it turns into war in the city. It is a great movie. If you want to catch it, it's on Tubi right now. Another great movie that's coming to Tubi soon, Legend Has It. It's about a young warlock seeking revenge on his mother's killers, an action-packed thriller that will have you out of your seats. Legend Has It is coming soon from Legendary Culture Films. And a new movie in development, Boys in the Woods. That should be a very interesting one coming from Legendary Culture Films. Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495-5111. Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002, or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com. Last but not least, Perfect Mix, the 100% natural, handcrafted, fruit blended premium lemonades. If you want the perfect lemonade, Perfect Mix is just right for you. Follow us on our Instagram and Facebook pages. Instagram at Perfect Mix, on Facebook at Perfect Mix. You can go and get your orders right now. Just reach out to us via our social media pages. Shipping and delivery are available. Hey, and you're probably wondering, where do I find the Legacy Makers Sports Network? Well, first of all, you can head over to our website at www.legacymakersports.com to check out all the latest in the sports world. Also, if you want to check us out on our social media pages, you can reach us on Facebook and in LinkedIn at Legacy Makers Sports Network. You can reach us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Legacy Maker Sports, and then you can reach us on Twitter, aka X, at Legacy Maker SPN. Make sure you give us a. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Third quarter of action. With me now, the man, the myth, the legend, Russ Taliaferro. Russ, the first half was very interesting. A slugfest once again on our hands.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately for Richmond, they're just not shooting the ball well coming out. As Maggie Dugan makes her first shot of the half, she had a rough first half, shooting 2 for 10 overall and only getting those 2 buckets, but she had 7 rebounds, so she still contributed in keeping this team close. It's just not used to seeing a struggle like that for Dugan.
Yeah, I mean, the last time these two played, and I was telling Lamonte this, I mean,
she had 7 points.
She had 7 points, and the whole season she's gotten in double figures pretty much every game other than that.
Oh, no, not pretty much. That's the only time. I looked it up while you guys were talking. That's the only time she has scored less than double digits.
So a chance for Richmond to kind of get their feet wet here. Dugan 3, that doesn't go. They have not been able to shoot the 3 well so far in this contest.
No one's crashing the board there, too, as well. Everyone cleared out in red, unfortunately. I don't like seeing that. I would love to see Rachel Olstrom get some more touches, too.
And Walden and Kamar just, I don't want to say dive, but jumps over the back. Not in the foul way, but jumps over the back of Newell to get that rebound. So now, just a little discussion here, but Richmond has been trying to figure out things offensively. To be honest with you, both teams are trying to figure things out offensively, and it just hasn't been really good on both ends. But this is how they have played each other in both games this year. And I think we may have they're checking some things out on the floor. And give the players a chance to go over there and talk to their coaches, and come up with a little bit extra strategy heading into this third.
I mean, you look at it and I'm thinking, just looking at the roster, whose team is this going to belong to next year? With Richmond, especially. Just Dugan's a senior, Olstrom's a senior. Thank God Sweeney, she's just a junior right now, so I'm thinking it would lean towards her. And then I got to say, that's why she's probably been a little bit more aggressive this year and stepped in her spot. And she's going to be the one, the head honcho next year, Coach Roussel. God bless if he doesn't get picked off by some other bigger school. But
yeah,
it's going to be her team next year, unless Dugan and Olstrom stay as grads, which is definitely possible because Budnick did it last year.
Yeah, Budnick got that fifth year. Dugan, it would surprise me as Harris misses the 3. Walden goes up and misses. Now, if Dugan stays, maybe because she wants to improve her WNBA status, because right now she could get drafted. I mean, it's a strong possibility we see Maggie Dugan get drafted this year.
Yeah, I think it's definitely something that they got to be worried about. She's a heck of a player, that's for sure.
Walden at the free throw line and makes the first. These slugfests between Richmond and George Mason have been something interesting so far this season.
I think right now her profile, speaking of Dugan, has her looking at a second-round pick, which is still pretty good. Second round is definitely, any pick itself makes a difference for a team, especially someone who's as much of a threat as Dugan is.
26-21, 5-point lead. And the cutting Sweeney, it was a good thought. They're going to say it stays here with Richmond. Five-point game, and this is not quite the largest lead for Mason. They had a 6-point lead. Like I was telling Lamont earlier, even the 4 or 5-point leads feel like big leads as Sweeney knocks down the 3 to make it a 2-point game.
That's a key shot right there. Her first 3 of the day. She's a 40% shooter from deep, so she's got range.
It's like who's going to be the player that gets going on both sides?
I mean, sorry to interrupt you, but I think like a game like this, you want to see some more from not only your superstars, but your secondary players.
Sam Dewey. Oh, she almost got the love on that one, but it doesn't go. Rebound by Walton, and she's on the move.
I was going to say we want to see a little bit more from players like Sam Dewey, who we know can hold down for this team.
Ooh. And Dugan
contact, kickball.
Dugan had to fight to get that rebound, but 4 Mason Patriots there waiting for her.
I mean, it kind of looked like Volker kicked it out of bounds by accident, but hey, Richmond gets the ball back anyway.
So it's 26-24. Here in the third quarter, still semi-early.
I really think this young lady standing in front of us can play a big difference in the second half.
Yeah, it's going to be key. I feel like it's got to be either her or Dugan. And they've been trying to focus on Dugan and get her going, but Ostrom might be the one.
I really think so. She's a 41% shooter from deep, 48% overall. She's got a shot. You just got to get her, drop some more plays for her. Uh-oh, as the ball knocks down our mic.
We're in the action.
Yeah,
we're in the action just a little bit.
It was a little scary. I'm not going to lie.
I wasn't as quick as I normally am, but.
I mean, come on, boss. She lost a couple steps since
her playing days. Man. That wasn't even necessary.
You know what? You deserve that.
Touche, sir.
Yeah,
Touche. Dugan for 3 off the back of the rim and a rebound by MJ Johnson.
Unfortunately, her shot is just not, her 3 shot is just not happening today. That's 0 for 6 now from deep.
Just haven't been able to get in the rhythm.
Unfortunately. And you hate to see a team overall, especially a star of like a player of her caliber, just struggle to get a point.
And that's a big time 3 from Walden. Zara Walden knocking down the big 3. Back to a 5-point game. Richmond had that momentum. Sweeney will hand it off to Newell. Over to Ostrom. Ostrom trying to get it to Dugan, and Walden will poke it away.
Mason's playing some aggressive defense. Their hands are very busy. And as Coach Gary would love to see, Richmond's team is all tucked in.
Yep, and that's something I know she's going to be proud of.
Yeah, she wouldn't be happy with Mason. There's 2 players with their shirt out, but Richmond's all tucked in, so she'd be upset that they're tucked in and not winning right now.
That's the only way I know growing up. That's what we had. We had to have those jerseys tucked in.
It just makes sense.
Now Dugan driving, pull up, knocks it down.
Shot.
Maggie Dugan. 29-26.
Sometimes you just got to find your own shot. But you got to hope that they fall too sometimes too. So that was a good, hopefully it's a good confidence boost for Maggie Dugan.
We'll see what happens if they can kind of get it going. Both teams still struggling. I mean, the shots have just not fallen at a premium. Walden now somehow. Lamonte knocks down the 3. 6-point lead for Mason as Mary Motang knocks it down.
Mason has a slight lead on the rebounding edge too as well, so that's something to pay attention to.
Dugan thought about it, decides to drive, and that was a very ill-advised pass by Dugan.
Very much. I think she was just going to hope someone was open, but she did not see the Mason defender there at all. It's just not. It's not a great. I hate to see her struggle like this because we know she's capable of so much better right now.
Yeah, somebody's going to have to make the move as Walton. 8-point lead for Mason. Can the Spiders turn it around? Mason looks really good right now.
This Richmond crowd is completely silent, hands down on their lap and everything. And Mason crowd is absolutely loving every second of it.
And can you blame them? I mean, the Richmond crowd is waiting for that moment. You can tell it's a little tense in here. I was saying that with Lamont, like you can feel the tension in here. It's kind of like semi-thin right now. It's not full-blown tension yet, but it's getting there. And the Spider faithful are hoping that their team can find a way.
Yeah, for sure. And you see Coach Russell, he'd still be coaching the same way whether he was up or down by 8.
This is true.
I just saw him, Dewey coming out, being subbed out with Wright and Simon coming in. He's talking to Dewey like, hey, I need this, that, and everything else. But, Scott, that's not good.
Yeah, Scott tried to get it in, and there's Harris, 10-point lead. Ooh. Don't be surprised if you see a timeout from Coach Russell here soon. It's a 10-point game, and the Patriots are up. I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen a lot of games where I've seen Richmond down by this much in the last couple of years, so this is new territory for myself. I don't ever remember seeing Richmond down by 10. I've seen a lot of Spiders games, and they've either blown people out or have a tight game and then push away, but right now Mason has their number, and it's a 10-point game.
Yeah, that was a little. It's not fun to watch right now because they're struggling at so many things right now. Just keeping possession of the ball, let alone shooting right now, or even just defending. I mean, the defensive effort is there too as well, which kind of sucks a little bit because like they're defending Mason as much as they possibly can down low, but somehow Mason is able to get inside and get those layups, those finger rolls to drop for them. They're not rattling around; they're going in.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's all Mason at the moment. They're on a 7-0 run here in the last minute. They've made 3 out of all 3 of their last 3 shots that have been taken, and so Mason's in a good spot. We're going to be back in a second. The media timeout. We'll be back in a few minutes here on the Legacy Maker Sports Network. Legendary Culture Films and Born Legend Entertainment would like to let you know about a few projects they have going on at the current time. Legendary Culture Films currently has 2 movies out on Tubi. The first one, Black Sheep. It's about a young hustler trying to make a transition from the streets, becomes an outcast and the target, and it turns into war in the city. Black Sheep currently out on Tubi right now. Also, the movie Legend Has It. It's about a young warlock who seeks revenge on his mother's killers, an action-packed thriller that will have you out of your seats. Legend Has It, currently on Tubi right now, so make sure you go check them out. And from Born Legend Entertainment, the man chosen himself with his brand new hit single, Throw That, which is currently out on all major platforms and on heavy rotation on 106.5 The Beat in Richmond, Virginia. So make sure you check out all the great content coming from Legendary Culture Films and Born Legend Entertainment. Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002, or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack. It's a 10-point game here in the third quarter, 4 minutes and 45 seconds left. And currently we see a George Mason team that is kind of building momentum. The Spiders have struggled, to be honest with you, since that first quarter. In the first quarter, they had a 12-8 lead. They looked like they were in a pretty solid place. Maybe not great, but in a solid place. But these last 2 quarters, especially that second quarter where Mason got off, there was like a 12-2 advantage at one point. They're just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, they got nothing going down for them. And, like, you look at who they are as a team, they seem to live and die by the 3 this year, and as they're the number 1 3-point shooting team in the conference. And unfortunately right now they're dying by it because George Mason is the number 1 defending team in the conference for defending threes.
Something's got to give. And that one, and one of the...
Oh, it went right straight to a soda can.
Oh, man, it hit the gentleman.
Ooh.
And I hope he's okay. I know I hate to say it. I saw it coming because as the ball floated, I couldn't tell him, hey, man, watch out. But that ball goes and it hits one of the riders. He seems to be okay, but I think he's probably more scared than anything.
Yeah, lost his soda. Shoot.
Hey, man, you got to keep your head on a swivel.
Rest in peace to the Diet Coke down the line.
Yeah, it's a done deal for the Coke.
But yeah, that's just unfortunately another example of how out of it they are right now. That pass was way over her head, and she didn't have a chance to really get that one, even with the jump that the attempt that she made for it.
Yeah, I mean he seems to be okay. Seems to be okay. Well, while they're figuring a couple things, I will take a quick commercial break. We'll be back in a second. Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495-51.
I just need one more to get through today.
In 2023, nearly 80,000 Americans died from opioid overdoses. About 3 out of 4 overdose deaths.
I'll send you that new character skin if I lose this one.
For youths aged 12 to 17, esports significantly increases participating in gambling activities.
Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002, or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com.
It don't make no sense.
The Richmond band jamming behind us, little Bruno Mars.
They ain't no Peppers, but they pretty good.
They all right. I ain't mad at it.
I'm not mad at it either.
So right now, Mason has the advantage, 10-point game. And Richmond seems like they haven't been able to figure it out. Lamonte for three, knocks it down. 13-point lead for Mason.
That's not what you want after a timeout like that.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'm still kind of shocked because it's been a while since I've seen Richmond have these type of struggles.
What's the call?
So there's a foul. I think it may have been on the floor there. A 10-0 run for Mason. A 13-2 run in the last 3 minutes. Richmond has not scored in over 3 minutes.
I mean, Motang is showing her danger from deep because she's over a 40% shooter on the season from beyond the line. It's not coming together for Richmond today.
Yeah, it's a slew of points right now for Walden, Harris, and Motang. Them alone, they have like way more than half. And a miss by Dugan.
Crazy thing is, Dugan may still end up with a double-double if it goes her way. It might be one of those ugly double-doubles where it's poor shooting.
Mason, who won this tournament last year. Richmond won it 2 years before. These former tournament champions. And now Harris is going to get fouled, and she's going to head to the free throw line.
Yeah, Scott there with the slap on the wrist.
We'll say, you look at Richmond, and I'm not saying they seem to be lost, but there's a weird vibe right now over the Spiders. They're still trying to figure it out, and Mason is starting to figure it out. Yeah,
Mason is making their shots. You can't take away, as much as we are lamenting on Richmond right now, Mason is making their shots, and they're both shooting over 40% in the second half and the third quarter. It's just Mason had it before the second half too as well, and Richmond is just mostly Maggie Dugan, unfortunately, just struggling so hard to find a rhythm.
Yeah, and it's going to take a monumental effort. If I had to be real honest with you, knowing this Mason team, Richmond's going to have to pull out a lot of stops here if they want to get back in this game. I mean, it's a 15-point lead for Mason.
Yeah, I mean, it'd take a monumental effort from anyone here at this point. Just 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and they're down by 15, and they're not shooting they're superstars, not shooting too well at all.
When you're down by 15, this is when it becomes a mental game. And for Richmond, they have to be, they can't let the pressure of let me shoot my way out of it become a thing. But Alicia Newell says maybe not.
Alicia Newell herself trying to get that started just right away.
So a three by Newell, but now the defense is going to have to crank up. Mason is on the move right now, playing some solid basketball. Motang has had a solid game with 2 threes. She's working against Scott. Walden will hand off to Harris. Harris thought about pulling it. Decides to take a couple steps and move. And now Richmond has the ball.
At this point, Richmond has to keep an eye on Mary Motang every possession because she's too dangerous.
Sweeney's three, and that's gonna stay here.
Clearly off of Mason, and as the ball flies to the sideline again,
in the same direction. Hey man, look.
My man had flashbacks real quick for a second.
That's why I know people I always go like this, even if it's in the area. I'm like, I even tried to get it when it destroyed our microphone, but it was a little too late that time.
I'm not gonna say, lock on my boss. You just let the microphone lay there and die, and it'll be all right.
I did the best I could. 41-29. Scott will hand it off to Sweeney. Over to Simon. Dugan trying to work against Kamara. In a little trouble. Sweeney will take it back. 4 seconds on the shot clock. 3 seconds. She's going to have to shoot it.
Got to shoot it.
And she waited too late. And the awareness just wasn't there.
Nah, complete lack of awareness there. She was looking at the screen. Simon was setting too much and just did not even think about getting the shot off.
Wright to come in for Simon.
I mean, credit to her. Rain Wright has done something right to impress Coach Roussel and the staff this year because she's playing some key minutes for them too.
She has played
true freshman,
very vital role along with players like Pachetti. Scott has the last month has merged into a key role with Richmond.
And we were talking about, me and Lamont were talking about it in the last game. Tara Simon, her leadership experience with St. Louis that she had before is very valuable. A team like this, even with have the experience of Dugan and Ostrom.
And
Alicia Newell may will this team into the finals herself right now.
They need a spark, and I said it before the game when me and Lamont were talking. I said Alicia Newell has been that spark at times for this team when it's making a play defensively, and they need that right now. Down by 10, but Mason is going to be a hard team to try to bounce back from on that. They're just really tough, man.
She's going to need some help, but it helps them at all that she's doing what she's doing.
Well, one good thing right now for Richmond is Mason is on a little bit of a scoring drought. Just a 2-minute scoring drought. But Richmond needs to keep it going.
It helps that the crowd gets back into it as well.
And now the crowd is back into it.
They are back into it. Jesus Christmas, that got loud real quick.
41-32. Takes a dribble, give it over to Motang. Motang now over to Harris on the wing, being guarded by Wright. It's a good job by Wright getting around that pick, but that second pick, deadly.
Henry Harris.
That second pick was nothing to mess with. I ain't the lady to mess with. Scott will give it off to Dugan.
I'm about to say, please don't throw it here. No, not right now.
And Wright trying to figure it out. Harris over. Dugan lost control of it.
Dugan couldn't handle the pass.
Harris all the way. Doesn't get it.
I thought that was a foul.
Newell's rolling down the court. Can she make something of it? No. She misses. Scott gets it.
Get the rebound, though. Clutch.
They
But
need-
you got to hurry up,
they
set
need
it
a-
up, and go.
They need a momentum move.
Go.
Here's Scott driving. There's a three. No. And that's going to send us to the fourth quarter. An 11-point lead for George Mason.
Ooh.
Time is starting to run out for the Richmond Spiders.
It's getting down to the wire, of course. And we knew this would be a tight game, but he didn't know it would be this much of a struggle for Richmond.
Yeah, I mean, look, those first two games, I know I've said it multiple times during the broadcast, y'all, but those first two games were an indicator of what this game could be like, because they were slugfest, both of them. And we had both games. It was a moment where a team just happened to go on a streak, and that what was enough. George Mason happened to go on that streak early, and so now will it be enough to push him through? We'll have to find out.
Yeah,
in
for
the
sure.
next 10 minutes.
I mean, Coach Gary said it yesterday. She said basketball is a game of streaks. And right now, this streak of just struggle seems to be just continuing for Richmond right now. Even when George Mason is struggling to make a shot themselves, it's just they're going on the wrong type of streaks of turnovers and scoring droughts right now. And it's just not adding up well for Richmond.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in just a second here as we'll see if Richmond can make the comeback or will George Mason punch their ticket into the Atlantic 10 Finals. Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional ready to guide you on your financial journey. Her expertise lies in helping clients create a robust and enduring financial foundation to build on into the future. So you can reach out to Rita Stewart by phone at 804-677-7555, on Instagram at Money Matters and T, on the World Wide Web at legacyfinancialwellness.com, on Facebook at Legacy Financial Wellness, or at her personal email at rita.stewart@5ringsfinancial.com. Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002, or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com. Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-49. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the fourth quarter is here. Who will punch their ticket, ladies and gentlemen, to the Atlantic 10 championship game tomorrow at 4 p.m. There's a lot on the line here in the next 10 minutes. NCAA tournament potential, at-large bid is all on the line in this.
George Mason especially.
Yeah. But
Richmond might still make it.
I don't know. I mean, if you lose to Mason twice, it'll be hard for them to get in. I think, the way they sometimes view mid-majors.
Well, yeah, true. I mean, this is Richmond, and they got a player like Maggie Dugan. I think they might lean a little bit favorably, hopefully.
That does help. Having a player like Dugan who's been in the mix for, Women's Player of the Year in general. So it's definitely would help just to have that type of player in the tournament. You want that type of stuff. So, but we'll see. But for Mason, I think, the 8 losses, getting to the finals, if they can win the finals, obviously that'll put them in. Rhode Island's only got 4 losses. And
I think for Mason, it's a winner or go to NIT. I don't think they're going to make it with those 8 losses, unfortunately, if they don't win the tournament.
And Lamonte gets ran over there by Rain Wright.
I think they called our defensive foul. Sorry, but yeah, it's.
And Lamonte seems to be trying to get herself together here. They may have to
Shaking up a little bit as the training staff comes out to check on her.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's her eye because she started kind of holding her eye a little bit. You know, it looks like she may be saying something about her shoulder. I'm going to tell you now. I mean, this team is very talented, but that's a player you don't want to lose.
I mean, the way she's shooting it today, you definitely want to keep her. I mean, it's 2 key threes right now, but who knows how many more it could be if she stays in.
Yeah. Lamonte's going to be a really good player in this conference for a while. They're going to check some things out. And while they do that, we'll be back in just a second on the Legacy Maker Sports Network. Perfect Mix, the 100% natural, handcrafted, fruit-blended premium lemonades. If you want the perfect lemonade, Perfect Mix is just right for you. Follow us on our Instagram and Facebook pages. Instagram at Perfect Mix, on Facebook at Perfect Mix. You can go and get your orders right now. Just reach out to us via our social media pages. Shipping and delivery are available. You're probably wondering, where do I find the Legacy Maker Sports Network? Well, first of all, you can head over to our website at www.legacymakersports.com to check out all the latest in the sports world. Also, if you want to check us out on our social media pages, you can reach us on Facebook and in LinkedIn at Legacy Maker Sports Network. You can reach us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Legacy Maker Sports. And then you can reach us on Twitter, aka X, at Legacy Maker SPN. Make sure you give us a like, a share, and why don't you go ahead and subscribe to our channels. Once again, we thank you all for tuning in to the Legacy Maker Sports Network.
I just need one more to get through today.
In 2023, nearly 80,000 Americans died from opioid overdoses. About 3 out of 4 overdose deaths.
I'll send you that new character skin if I lose this one.
For youths aged 12 to 17, esports significantly increases participating in gambling activities.
Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495-51. All right, we're back, and they had to get some things situated. It's going to be Richmond basketball. So Richmond basketball underneath the basket. Sweeney will take it out for the Spiders. In the Dugan, 19 seconds on the shot clock. Right. Trying to find Dugan and stops. Rain right for three. Little long on the three attempt for Wright.
I mean, it's just not falling. Oh, Maggie Dugan gets a block there.
And that's going to stay with Mason. And it wasn't a bad shot. They had in the right position. She was open and just couldn't knock it down.
You know who didn't take a shot in that third quarter the whole time? Rachel Olstrom.
Yeah, and that's somebody they've got to get going. They need Rachel Olstrom to get going in this one. Newell was kind of a spark for the team in the third, but nobody is in double figures at all there's a foul. Just that last-ditch effort to try to get the block. And that's going to send Harris to the line. So now Harris heading to the free throw line. Harris has 14 points on the day, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Harris is a 74% free throw shooter. And that first one misses.
I mean, they're taking a heck of a lot of shots between Harris and Walton, but they're making a decent amount of them to, affect this game, and they've both gone to the line multiple times. And that was the first miss they've had from the line in the game, the only miss so far now.
So Harris, 44-32. The last time these two played, you saw Mason win 46-37.
Yeah, that game was a lifetime ago for them.
It feels like it at this moment. Sweeney over the right. Oh, man, Pachetti.
Ooh.
The cross-court pass is a tough one to go with. And Coach Russell is beside himself. I mean, from here, you could see it. Great job by Walden, able to recognize it, and she just knocks the ball away, takes it up the court, and forces Richmond to, Olstrom had to foul.
I mean, I think might have missed Sweeney a little bit late when she was down wide open down low and just opted for the long pass after you miss a chance to get Sweeney down low, and it just didn't turn out right.
Once again, Wright being a disruptor. That's Brown. She can't get a goal. Rebound by Dugan. 12-point game here as time continues to tick. About 8 minutes left, which is an eternity in basketball. Oh, Sweeney had a great opportunity. Can't get it to go. Now Olstrom, a third opportunity. It's 4 Patriots down there to kind of get her, under control there.
I wasn't in love with the shot selection by Sweeney, but I don't blame her for throwing it up there because she was already driving there. And Coach Russell, I can see him on the other side chatting with the ref, trying to get some explanation. And I guess the lack of calls or something.
There's a rare miss by Rachel Olstrom. Shoots well into the 80s there for Rachel from the free throw line. And she knocks down the second. 44-33.
They got to make their next shot, but they got to stop Mason. They got to put Mason in the drought and not wait for Mason to go on a drought. They got to put Mason in a drought.
And they had him in a drought right before the end of the third. Greensburg 3, and that's Sweeney battling with Kamara down there.
That's a good effort.
And it's going to go to Richmond.
That's a good effort. They got it. They got a miss from Walton or Greenberg. Sorry, co-captain Greenberg. And then Sweeney just fighting her life to get the rebound, make sure they don't get a second chance. They got to limit that too, because George Mason is 20-3 advantage right now, second chance points, and that's killing them.
They're killing them in second chance points. Olstrom trying to work something out. Over to Olstrom. To Sweeney, and she's driving, and there's going to be a foul on the floor.
A foul for Kamara there. She's not happy about the call, but that's got to hopefully be a start for something for Richmond, because you said it earlier, they have nobody in double digits right now for scoring.
That's Kamara's 4th foul. Here's
Good
Wright
cut.
in the lane
Good
for
cut.
2. 9-point game. Wright is a really good slasher.
This crowd is begging for a chance to get back into this game.
They want the energy so bad, but Mason has put it down each time, and Walton does it again.
Streak of the devil.
Nicely done.
As soon as that Richmond crowd stands up, Walton or Harris finds a way to sit them back down.
Now Dugan all the way to the basket for two, and it just won't go. That one took two bounces off the front. And look at Rainwright diving on the floor trying to poke it away, but Walton's able to get it going. Walton to Brown for the three.
Ooh.
Greenberg with a big rebound for Mason.
No box out from Richmond there. Sometimes it's just something that's small and simple, just lacking the fundamentals of just, not doing something that you normally would and giving them a second chance points, which Mason is taking full advantage of.
And right now, time is not on Richmond's side. They can't get anything going. Oh, that was a tough shot, but great job by Mason, killing the clock, and making Sweeney to the basket
there
for
we
two.
Go. That's a good cross. That's a good crossover.
46-37.
You can tell how late it is in this game by how the crowd reacts to every bucket by Richmond. No matter how far they're down, that crowd is just waiting for a chance to just jump a lot.
And you can hear the defense chants now starting to crank up here. Oh, and that's gonna be on Dugan.
That's her third right there. She's having an uncharacteristically sloppy game, unfortunately. Third foul, 5 turnovers so far, which is just yay.
Well, I got to give credit to Coach Vanessa Blair-Lewis.
Oh, God, yes. You have to give her credit. As much as we are taking away from Richmond right now, you got to give the same amount of props that we're taking to Vanessa Blair-Lewis, because she's proven that she could have been Coach of the Year this year in A-10 right now.
Exactly. And what she has been able to do in these last 2 matchups is she's found a way to neutralize Dugan. Yeah. And when Dugan hasn't been able to make the shots, they've taken advantage of it. And that the second chance points is a part of that. Yeah. So, right now, just an amazing job by Coach Blair Lewis and this George Mason team. They have done a phenomenal job of putting Richmond in a very tough position. A lot of people think, this is Richmond's game to win easily because they're at home and all that stuff, or they're closer to home. But there's going to be a dogfight, and if you're Richmond, you got to kind of look and see what Mason did yesterday to Dayton and have that same belief. Can we make the comeback? Can we make the plays to change the momentum of this game? It can be done, but we'll see if they can make it happen. And it's going to be tough because George Mason ain't giving up too many leads.
You said it yourself right there when you're talking about Coach Blair Lewis. It's just second chance points are all about your focus and the ability and your just mentality to not give up. And that comes from your coaches putting you in the right mindset to be able to not give up on a play and fight for those offensive rebounds and fight for to just get open. And even though the matchup, it's kind of a push right now with offensive rebounds, it's just Mason is taking way better advantage of that and setting up their second chance plays and making sure they make their shots right now. And it's crazy because they're shooting even percentage. That's a push as well.
Yeah, so if Richmond loses this game, it's because of the second chance points opportunity. It's
100% because of that. And to me, I would say it's about 75% of that, 25% of their three-point shooting, because that's also characteristically low.
Yes.
Uncharacteristically low, sorry.
I knew what you were saying.
Yeah, you got the point. We got there.
Harris with the floater.
Ooh, off the back almost.
And there's Walton cleaning it up.
Harris and Walton are showing them why they are probably the most dangerous combo when they get started in the A-10 right now.
Yeah, Dugan was trying to be careful on that last possession. I don't think she was trying to draw that fourth foul. Inside to Dewey. And it won't go. Right with a tough rebound off the glass.
She puts it back, though. That's the effort they need, especially from a redshirt freshman. A true freshman. That's the effort they need. She's not trying to go back home because home for her is 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Especially. Not just the university, but her actual house that she grew up in.
There's Walton making another great play.
I just said they're a dangerous duo, and only one went on fire is probably more dangerous is the one they're facing, but the one they're facing is as cold as ice.
Trying to find it. Dugan runs into a lot of Walton trouble there. Once again, Dugan's off her game. I mean, that's the third or fourth time we've seen Dugan mishandle a pass.
Yeah. And I'm not in love with the fact that Olsen has completely disappeared from this game on the offensive side. I don't like that.
Feels like they haven't tried to get her the basketball as much, I should say. She definitely hasn't taken that many shots. I mean,
she didn't take a shot in that third quarter at all. Her last make was in the second quarter.
Big time bucket right there. And with 3 minutes and 57 seconds left, a 13-point lead, Mason is knocking on the door.
You can see the life is just gone from the Richmond bench, unfortunately. It's not looking good right now. There's still a chance. You have a player that can score 20 points per game, and you have a wingwoman like Rachel Olstrom that can give you another 15 and is deadly from deep. There's still a chance for 4 minutes left right now. It's not looking good because Harris and Walton they've been on fire the whole second half.
Walton's got 23. Harris has got 18. They've got 40 points alone.
Yeah.
Here's Dugan. Dewey for three. You can count that. No, off the right. That looked good. Here's Newell for an easy two. Ooh. Maybe not so easy.
I'm about to say that these rolls are extremely bad luck today if that somehow tipped out.
53-41.
Coach Rosello's still mad about something.
He is heated throughout this contest.
My boy is heated.
Harris looking for MJ Johnson. Knock it down. I mean, what can you do? I mean, if they're making shots like that, it's a 15-point lead, and Richmond is in trouble, people.
I'm not gonna lie, that's selfish ball right there. Alicia Newell, she's trying hard on defense, but you got to do a little bit more on offense instead of just drive by yourself there.
15-point lead, and you can hear the Mason faithful are starting to crank it up because they know that they're on the cusp.
Alicia Newell showing a little bit of frustration on the court there. That's not what you need. Ooh, Maggie Dugan making a play. Got to finish.
Oh, man.
I don't know what you got to finish. The way it's been rolling today, you got to finish.
I don't know what the deal has been with these bounces today. I don't know if the rims are too tight or whatever you want to call it, but
did someone serve fried chicken at half like Coach Gary was asking?
Coach Sarah said yesterday, he's like, all right, who had the greasy chicken out there yesterday?
Someone had fried chicken for these players. I love chicken myself, but even I know when to say no.
Well, I mean, watching it has been a little rough because you see a lot of uncharacteristic things happening to Richmond. Dugan not able to keep control of the basketball. We're not seeing Ostrom here in the last bit. Players trying to make plays happen. They're not shooting the three well. But once again, say all that to say, ever since the second quarter, this has been Mason's game. Mason has done everything they needed to do to put themselves in position.
And Richmond's made a little bit of noise in the third quarter. It just wasn't enough, and they couldn't keep the momentum. They couldn't fully swing it.
Richmond has not had the lead. Richmond hasn't had the lead in a long time.
They got just under 7 minutes of total lead time total.
Yeah, the last time they had the lead was back in the first quarter when it was 12-8. Volker!
There's something about that corner right in front of Mason's bench.
I don't know what
they're dangerous from three.
I don't know what the teammates are saying as they shoot the three, but they must be like, you got this, you got this, you got this.
MJ Johnson hit hers. Moateng hit two. Both of hers were from that corner, and Volker just hit it. There's a lot of contact there with no call.
Yeah.
But that magic spot in front of the Patriots bench, they got to put five fighters over there to stop them from shooting it over there.
It has been a tough go for Richmond.
But at the same time, again, we gotta give the Patriots their props.
Yes,
they have somehow made Maggie Dugan's off 10 points pretty much ineffective. That's a foul.
Okay, we had three people go down. Newell went down. Volker went down.
And Olstrom.
Went down. Now
Olstrom tripped over Newell.
We did talk also. The referees have let these ladies play for the most part in this tournament. It's been a very physical tournament all the way around. So, who basketball is this?
This looks like Patriot ball.
Oh, wow. So the Patriots will get the basketball here, up by 16. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go.
They're doubling the inbound person here in front of them. That's how urgent this is. This is a hard full court defense. Oh, and they get the steal, though. They get the steal. It pays off. They got to go, though.
Newell pokes it away.
16 points with under 2 minutes. They got to go.
Sweeney came up with it. I mean, but it's going to have to be a lot of amazing defensive effort.
You got to move.
Olstrom driving off the glass for 2.
There you go.
And that's what they've been missing.
I wish they had done that earlier, though, because like Olstrom was looking around and just, again, my rudimentary basketball knowledge, it just seemed like Olstrom was looking for an option, and when it didn't come, she waited a little bit too long to do what she could have done a couple seconds earlier. They got to move. They got to go.
Well, I guess we're going to see how things go and see what will transpire here in these last couple of minutes. But a minute 48 away from a George Mason Patriot berth to back-to-back tournament championship games. We'll be back in a second. Back from it, 14-point lead for Mason. They just got to hold on for a minute 45 to punch their ticket. Richmond's tried to crank up the defense, but this may be a little too late.
It just feels.
Oh, and there's Wright.
Wainwright.
She had it. She had it, couldn't get it.
The bench is exploding looking for a foul call for Richmond.
If they make this, then, oh, man.
Ooh.
I was about to say, what an effort by Harris. Now here comes Newell.
Got to push. Got to push.
Sweeney, she's got somebody behind her.
Don't do that. She did not have that clear path. Go for the basket.
You got to take that.
She was looking behind her the whole time, but not at the defender that was trailing a little bit behind her.
Now I'm going to play devil's advocate. You know, throughout the season, that would be given to them. Like that, somebody would be there, and that's where the unselfishness of this Richmond team kicks in and actually becomes a detriment because you needed that points, and no one's going to be upset with it. But you know, they're so team oriented that something that normally is a good thing for them became a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean that was just the lack of vision there, unfortunately, because like she was looking for her help coming to the backside on her left, but I just didn't see the fact that the Mason player was in front of her the complete whole time.
It's a 15-point game. And we're a minute away from George Mason sealing themselves to another.
Nope, too far, too long. Oh, and they get the rebound. Nope, this game is over.
Oh, it kicked off the foot of Kamara.
I think it might be over, yeah. And they got 45 seconds left to score 15 points.
Sweeney's three rattles out. Kamara with the rebound. And now Mason can just hold on.
Ooh, Alicia Newell still fighting. I give her credit.
The fight is still there, but it's just too little too late. Olstrom, the threes are not falling.
They're just not falling right now. Unfortunately, this game is over. It's 29 seconds left.
That's going to be the second straight year that the Spiders get bounced in the semifinals. Last year was to a buzzer beater. This year is to a very tough George Mason team, which is going to set up an amazing final tomorrow between Rhode Island and George Mason. Now, the kicker with that is that Mason was not able to beat Rhode Island this year when they faced off. And Rhode Island beat them by 16 in that matchup.
I mean, we're two completely different teams right now.
Yeah.
I mean, if they come out with the team like they have today, with Kennedy Harris and Zariah Walton playing like they did today, they're most likely going to win that championship.
Yeah. And it's going to be a fun matchup. I hate that I'm going to miss this matchup tomorrow. You guys are going to be in for a treat. But this is going to be such a good game tomorrow between Mason and Rhode Island. The 1 seed and the 2 seed. But here's the thing. The rankings have held serve this entire tournament, which is rare in the Atlantic 10.
Yeah, it's just.
And you can hear the Mason crowd. Mason is close to cutting the nets down one more time. Coach Blair Lewis had to yell at Brown and say, hey, dribble the ball. You need 5 seconds. But the shot clock and the game clock are simultaneous. And ladies and gentlemen, Richmond's going to get into the NIT if they don't get into the tournament.
Yeah.
But this was their last chance of winning together an Atlantic 10 championship with Dugan and Ostrom. So
the top 2 at the top, and it wasn't there for him today.
It's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, Tiara Simon, the graduate transfer, she came from St. Louis to unfortunately end the conference season like this. So it's definitely going to be hard for her to swallow this one.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing. We know this team is going to have postseason play. But what type of postseason play is going to be the question. Because now that with a loss today, you've taken it out of your own hands. So you got to hope the committee like what you've done so far. But this is big for George Mason. So now you have 2 big wins over Richmond. If they win tomorrow, they're in. But this is a really good thing for Mason. This is a chance for Mason to get in the tournament. And this is maybe the best chance for the Atlantic 10 to get 2 teams in.
Yeah, it really is. Because, I mean, this was the team that said if they were going to win, if they had to do it. Yeah, this have to go down. Yeah, you have to go with them first. Yeah, we said this was going to be the team that had to win the tournament to get into the conference bit, to get into the NCAA tournament. And unfortunately, it wasn't in the mix for Richmond.
Yeah, I mean, look, and that's the thing. I mean, look, this Richmond team has done a lot of good stuff. You got to like everything that they, have done throughout this season. But there was a little miss from last year, like they had a really good team last year. They have a really good team this year. A lot of new players still trying to get adjusted on certain ends. It was a tough one. But their season is not completely over yet. At the worst, this team is more likely to lose a home game in the women's NIT if they don't make the big tournament. So, all right, everybody. It has been a fun ride here for this one. We'd like to thank you all for tuning in to our broadcast and hope that you've enjoyed the broadcast. We hope that everything has went the way that you enjoyed it. And for those who tuned in, shout out to Richmond for sharing the broadcast and bringing in some of those viewers, as well as the Mason, the group who came in and watched the broadcast. So, I mean,
props to the Mason crowd that was here, because we were told that it is their men's senior night, so there might have not been too many of the faithful that made the trip. But props to the ones that were here, because they were as loud as the other 3/4 of the crowd for Richmond, for sure. But they carved out a nice little spot right behind the bench, and they were pretty loud.
So looking at this, Mason ended the game 5 out of their last 6 from the field. They also had 3 turnovers in 1 minute, 4 turnovers in 2 minutes and a quarter. And they didn't score in the last couple minutes.
It didn't matter.
And Richmond could not do anything to bring it closer, get it closer in any forefront. So it was just a really, really tough goal for them. Looking at the points here, shout out to George Mason. Gerard Walton, 24 points, 9 for 24 from the field, 9 rebounds. She made so many critical baskets in that third quarter leading into the fourth. Kennedy Harris, we saw the performance she had yesterday. She comes in and follows it up with an 18-point performance in this game. She had an amazing tournament last year. She set herself up again to potentially, maybe even win the player of the tournament.
Tournament MOP.
Yeah, so she's put herself in position for that along with Walton. Brown had 2, Volker had 3, a big 3 at that. Amoteng had 8, and Johnson had 5. So they only had 6 Mason players score. For Richmond, Newell had 10 and Dugan had 10. So Dugan barely got to the 10-point mark. But the thing that's going to hurt the most is when you see this is 5 out of 18. 5 out of 18 for Dugan.
Yeah.
And I think that's what hurts the most.
That's gonna hurt. 5 out of 18, including 0 from 6 beyond the stripe, and it's just that's sometimes their bread and butter. They like we said, they were living and dying by the 3-pointers this year because Dugan is one of a few players that shot over 40% from deep this year. It just wasn't falling for him tonight. Yeah. And some of it early was just a lot of just bad rolls and just extremely bad luck because they made good moves. They made some good drives to the basket. Sweeney made some good cuts too as well herself. Almost like Vital we saw earlier. She was doing a little bit of the same, except they were falling a little bit more often for her. They eventually fell a little bit more often for her, but today it just wasn't falling for Dugan, and sometimes it sucks to say it, but other than that, sometimes it's just nothing other than just pure bad luck in the way the ball's just rolling off the basket right now.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow it's all set. 4 p.m. The number 1 seed Rhode Island Rams will take on the number 2 seed George Mason Patriots. And if everything holds form the way this tournament is, Rhode Island is in line to potentially go ahead and punch the ticket. But anything can go in that game tomorrow. It's going to be a doozy of a game.
It can. I mean, Mason now has a chance to be the first repeat champion of this tournament in 10 years.
Well, we're going to see if that happens tomorrow. Once again, everybody, thank you all for tuning in to Legacy Maker Sports Network. We'd like to thank the Atlantic 10 Conference for everything that they've done. And we really, really appreciate it. Thank you all for all the SIDs, the Atlantic 10 staff and everything for allowing us to broadcast over the last couple of days. We'll still be here tomorrow bringing you coverage, but make sure if you want to watch the game, you can tune in to ESPN2 to watch the championship game or ESPN Plus. I'm Darrell Owens. That's Russ Taliaferro. Shout out to Lamonte Thomas, Coach Robin Gary for helping us out during the broadcast throughout the tournament. Until next time, we'll see y'all next year. I'm going to be at the championship game next year, no matter what. All right, everybody. Y'all take care of yourself.